my fellow cowboy game enthusiasts? We are gathered here once again to appreciate the craftsmanship in what is considered to be the greatest game in existence, Red Dead Redemption 2. There have literally been countless things players have shared in the last 6 or 7 years since the game's release. One of few games that players can really immerse themselves in and marvel at what 8 years of dedicated production looks like. I mean, not even most Hollywood movies represent the American West or late 19th century life as good as Red Dead Redemption 2, or for even that matter, Red Dead Redemption 1 does. And in this video, I'll be showing you a few of the best details players have been able to find after 6 years of playing the hell out of this game. I can't even begin to tell you how much time I've invested in Red Dead Redemption 2. I know it may not be as much as some other Red Dead freaks out there, but needless to say, I've spent a fair amount of my life on the back of this virtual horse. And as many miles as me and said computer horse have ridden, never once did I happen to notice a single pine cone fall from a tree, until now. Yep, a pine cone falling made the list. Why? Because frankly I've never seen it happen in this game before. I have no idea why, but a lot of things in this game don't make a whole lot of sense sometimes, and that's okay, neither do I. I would have absolutely loved a mechanic similar to in Grand Theft Auto 4 when Nico can pick up random objects and smoke someone in the snout with it, but instead of a coffee cup or a brick, we could use pine cones. Pine cone wars in Red Dead Redemption 3 or we riot. The best part of this next detail is that it requires you to be an absolute dick.
Wondering how an idiot like you ever got a hold of it.
While everyone else is trying to enjoy the projector show, you can decide to get up and block the screen by standing in front of the projector's light. I thought it was pretty cool. But what's even cooler than that is that they have a dude in the back switching out the glass between slides. While messing around in photo mode, I found if you raise the exposure a bit, you can clearly see images on each slide, even though it's the same picture on each one.
12 years old, and so he took her as his wife.
The thing says she's 12 and they all start whistling, what the fuck? If you've been out on the trail for a while, and especially during a rainstorm, you're gonna wanna find somewhere warm. Minnie's haberdashery, perhaps? Which if you haven't already seen, check out this video where I find all the references to the Hateful Eight in Red Dead Redemption 2. But since we don't have that here, the Valentine Saloon will do for now. Have a drink, smack a hoe, and warm yourself by the stove. That unintentionally rhymed. Anyway, the crazy thing here is that the stove emits a little heat from the top. I thought this was one of the coolest things when I finally noticed it. That's like not only fire, but basically any heat source you find can emit little heat waves. It's so crazy that if you ride out to the desert, you can see even the rails on the train tracks release their own heat waves. That is just some next level detail, man. We continue our villain arc with the next clip, as I found a way to break that forceful peace shield surrounding the Wapiti reservation. That's that American spirit coming out in me. I'm just joking. After desecrating an entire tribe, you should be mailed a congratulatory letter or even a medal by the United States government. Alright, that's the last joke, I promise. But no, seriously, my only reason for committing these atrocities is so I can wear this cool hat. I mean, look at this thing. Where else are you gonna find a badass Indian hat like this in the game? Certainly not in there, I don't think. It's just really unfortunate that we can't save it to our inventory or wardrobe, but that's something that I've gotten used to in this game. What a shame. If you like old shit, you're gonna love what's next. Upstairs in the Blackwater Saloon is an old vintage telephone booth, one of the first seen in America, a precursor to the modern payphones, which I believe the last one was just recently shut down, or like within the last few years. They first started being seen in America in the late 1880s and were mostly placed in upper class restaurants, hotels, saloons. Aside from that, you could also find them at train stations, but as far as I know, there aren't any telephone booth locations, or even telephones in Red Dead Redemption 2, being used, that is.
Holy God!
But I do remember Marshall Lee Johnson constantly messing around with one in Red Dead Redemption 1. As we spread our reign of terror, even the most innocent and undeserving of characters will not be spared. Meredith is the girl we help rescue from the refrigerator from the Murphy Caves, as if being tortured wasn't bad enough. We can play little pranks on her before letting her out. Isn't that fun? She will frantically shift around the cage to get away from you depending on where you approach her from. This is so messed up. But it's kind of neat that the developers even programmed this in, you know, as opposed to just having her sit there expressionless.
Hey, give me that paper.
She will actually have responses to your movements. While out looking for a new camp at the end of Chapter 2, Arthur and Charles ride out to a dried out riverbed called Dewberry Creek. Exploring the new land, they spot a corpse further north on the riverbed. If you decide to go back and loot the dead, Senor, Charles will scold you for it.
You really have to do that?
He don't need it now.
He's cool with stealing from living people, but dead is where he draws the line, folks. Oh, and remember this guy?
Here's what we do! It's not business of mine!
When Charles and Arthur get together, just know it's going down. Like that time they went out to look for Trelawney and found he'd been kidnapped.
Oh boy! The thing is...
Big mistake for these goofy hillbilly yee-yee-ass jabronis. But did anyone know that if you shoot close enough to one of the dudes in the camp, a small hidden cutscene will play out? Same as if you kill one of them before riding into the camp. But I'm sure most of y'all know that by now.
No. Wait.
But has anyone ever wondered what happens if you kill both of them? Nothing too out of the ordinary, but an entirely new guy will spawn. I do like that instead of just carrying on with a ghost or a disfigured corpse in this cutscene, they just replaced him with a completely random NPC.
Buddy. Come on, speak!
Hey! No! No, he's in a cabin! Down by Braithwaite Manor! Near the cornfield!
Thank you. Charles,
The final thing I'd like to bring up quickly is pretty cool if you've never realized it before. We see the old Compton's homestead pretty often in the story of Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, often enough. Even though while visiting during free roam, there isn't much to see except references to the property's horrible past. But during a few missions... Oh, I just spilled... Oh my god. But during a few missions, there are some occupants that are constantly there. These squatters make their appearance during the mission An Honest Mistake, when Arthur and the gang try to hide and wait it out to evade Cornwall's posse. When they finally arrive in the late evening, you can overhear them interrogate... What is going on with me? Interior crocodile... Interrogate the squatters living inside. We meet these exact same squatters during the side missions for Jeremiah Compson, titled The Iniquities of History. Compson tasks Arthur with bringing him back a few of his personal mementos from his old home. While investigating and piecing together who that old bastard really was, Arthur stumbles upon these two jacklinks.
Found this place first.
Yeah. Easy. I'm just looking around for some things. That old revolver of yours?
Finders keepers.
The freeloaders from when the gang were hiding from Cornwall's goons.
Is this your place? Kinda. And you didn't hear nothing? Why don't you just tell me, partner, what you heard? Go ahead, tell me what you heard. I don't... Maybe I heard some noises out by the barn a while ago. Ain't me. Better not be.
But anyway, alright, I guess that's enough yapping. It's getting about that time. I should be signing off, so stay safe. Thank you for watching, and adios, amigos.
On second thought...